What's good, gang? Welcome to another episode of Grande Gang TV. We're here at Grande Gang is our mission to inspire you to live life grande, and Grande Gang TV is where you come to do that. So today we have Jelani on today. Jelani is a personal friend of mine, but met him again through Twitter. Good friend of mine, you know what I'm saying? We into sports, you know what I'm saying? We both kind of Southern boys, Carolina boys, and his specialty is sports betting. So he has a Discord group called Stacker Sports, and they help teach people how to sports bet, break down games, or do research together. You know what I'm saying? Basically, a group to help you get money. And he's been extremely successful with sports betting. So this episode is really just kind of introduce you to sports betting. If it's something you may have heard of but never really thought about getting into, we're going to show you how to get into it, and maybe talk about a few strategies, discuss a few different sports. But before we get into that, we're gonna let Jelani introduce himself and give us a little bit about where he's from, what he's about, and where it all started for him.
What's up, y'all? So I'm from Columbia, South Carolina. Yeah, like you said, we both Carolina boys. Went to the military for a few years. Damn, I kind of fucked up. I forgot. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. About my background. What you want to get into, man?
Yeah, man. So tell us coming up. How was it coming up in Columbia? What were some of the things that drew your attention at an early age? Because I know from personal experience that area of South Carolina is pretty rural. So generally everybody's into sports. Were you into sports or anything like that? But even before that, you know what I'm saying, when you were younger, things you like to do as a kid, maybe with your grandparents, parents, anything like that, bro.
Word. Things that piqued my interest. Really, I grew up, I was really into cars. And cars, I did sports. I did little football, but I didn't really like football, honestly. I was more of a basketball kind of person, but I could never get on the team because I was always in trouble in school and shit. So but yeah, really it was cars. Like anybody that knows me knows I'm a big Chevy boy. So all the old schools, the 96 Impala, my favorite car.
No cap.
First car I got when I came back to the States, easily. But
Oh
that
wow,
Corvette, yeah. I mean, I used to always say I was gonna get a Corvette when I came back from overseas, but I ended up I was looking on Facebook Marketplace, and this dude out of Newport Beach was selling the Impala, and I was like, damn, I can't even let this pass up. And it had I want to say it had 30,000 miles on it, original too, like no repairs, no new engine, nothing, like pristine condition, bro. I had to snatch that up. So
that was fire, bro. That was a fire pickup.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen it. I used to post pics on the TL all the time. Like I was dedicated. I was gonna make a Instagram for it and everything. Like I had a photo shoot for it. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I remember it was your profile picture for him in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's his shit. But
Yes, sir.
we always used to chop
was
it
so
up about him,
excited.
no cap.
Yeah, I was so excited when I got that shit, man. I really like. It's funny because, like, as excited as I was to have the car, bro, I got so tired of driving.
Yeah, driving that old school Impala. That's the only thing about them old schools, man. It's still an old school. So, but bro, I got a question for you. Would you ever buy another one?
Oh, for sure.
But hold on though, and do like one of the NASCAR raps on it, like you know how niggas do the crazy rap. You feel me? Would you ever do some shit like Cheerios or some shit?
Oh hell no, hell no. But I do want to do a NASCAR build, but with a Monte Carlo.
Oh, facts, yeah, definitely.
But nah, I was never like into the like they used to have the Chevys like donks and shit like that. Like I like donks, but I would never like make my car a donk.
I feel like I would buy another one. Like I would get a main one, you know what I'm saying? Like the show one.
Yeah.
And then I will have another one to be a dunk. Because I feel like, I don't know, bro. It's just something about the dunk. Like it's just some ride to the club, man.
Nah, I don't like my front end sitting up that high, bro. I need to be able to see for real.
No, that's facts. I would definitely keep the hydraulics to a minimum. I feel you on that. That shit is weird, bro, riding in that car with them big ass rims on the hydraulics. It's just odd.
It's funny you asked me that, bro, because it's one. I think it was a Charger in Columbia, and on the side it said 5-star bitch. So like, whenever you see like everybody in the city know that car, bro. That shit is hilarious.
Yeah, bro. Like that's why it's like it's a car that you know you're buying to not drive
Yeah,
because niggas is gonna see you and boy, like, oh wow, that's the fucking Fruit Loop car. Oh shit.
yeah. I was never into that shit. That shit funny though.
No, it is funny as hell to see it. But shit, cars. So you said you could never get on any sports teams. Were you
Yeah.
into like intramural or anything like that?
I did. I never got to what's it called? I did. Our league was like it was called NYBL. It was like a little basketball league, a little rec league or whatever. But I never went to damn, what's the major one? Like the major basketball like thing where they be traveling and shit on all the
AAU.
teams. Yeah, I never went to AAU and shit though.
Yeah, that's just expensive, dog.
Yeah,
My brother did that shit for like a year. Most expensive shit ever, bro. Because he was in AAU in training. Because they normally, the coaches will tell you to do both. Because they don't have like a rigorous practice schedule, so
yeah,
the coaches be the trainers, and that's how they rope you in and shit. And that shit's expensive as fuck. So I feel you on that.
yeah. Hell no. I just did regular little rec, nothing
Mm-hmm.
special. I tried. I went for the high school team, but like I said, I stayed in too much trouble, so they wasn't fucking with me.
Hell yeah. So when you were getting in trouble in school, did that affect your grades too? Were you kind of like, man, fuck these grades. I ain't really, you feel me? I ain't really fucking with school.
Nah, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I was the only class that's like that I really hated. They put me in like ROTC, and I hated that, but my grades was decent. Like by the time I got to junior year, I was taking like dual credit classes. So they was counting as college courses, and the
Mm-hmm.
cool thing about them was we would have the college professors too. So whenever they was
Oh,
done with their
okay.
lesson, we was able to go home. And I really only since I got to those classes, I only had like 3 classes a day.
And
So
you were
that shit was cool.
still managing to get into such shit.
Yeah, I mean, because it was just like once we got out, I forget what we had to do, but like obviously I couldn't go home. I had nothing to do, so I'm just roaming the halls and shit. Like, so I get in trouble for shit like that. And then I had one the math class I was in, like the teacher just she was really annoying. I was a class clown. I ain't gonna lie to you. So like the
The
two
truth
college
comes
courses,
out.
yeah,
So
nah. But it's like it was one of the things where it's like I was a class clown, but also like I wasn't the only one talking. I was like low key getting picked on for that. Like I ain't gonna lie.
no, no. I mean that's how it be, bro. Them small town schools, they know you smart. They be fucking with you, bro. My teacher was
Yeah.
the same way. I did dual credit too, and I was the same way. Couldn't leave. I had two of my 4 classes were just like in the college lab, and I just didn't do shit while I was in there. We used to be doing
See,
whatever in there.
they had ours still on campus. Like they built little portables or whatever. So we used to have to like go to the portables, and then
Mm.
like after that, you just done for the day.
Yeah, that's basically how my shit was. I just had mine in the morning because I transferred in. Like when I moved states, I had to get like civics and some other shit, so
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't just have a day free. But then I didn't want to have it free because football. I was like, man, fuck, I gotta play. I gotta go to football practice anyway. There's no point.
Yeah, no, man.
Yeah, shit, bro. But so, all right. So we talked about what I'm saying sports and interests.
Mm-hmm.
So what were you doing to make money early? Were you a big money guy when you were younger? Did you want to have nice things like Jordans and
Oh, of course. Bro, I've been a sneakerhead all my life. Literally, both of my uncles are big sneakerheads, so I took after them. And honestly, I won't even just put it on them because my mom is hella into heels and my aunt is hella into heels too. So it kind of run in the family. But
mm-hmm,
I was cutting grass. Well, I started selling candy with one of my homies in school. And then eventually like got in trouble for that because obviously you can't sell candy or shit at school. And then I started cutting grass with my granddad, and we was out in the country, cutting them yards. You know, them big ass yards. You get
mm-hmm.
$200. They give you like $100 for the front and the backyard. So I started doing that, and then I just started cutting grass around the neighborhood. Um, One of the neighbors, like she was like a regular for me. So yeah, that's what I was doing to get shoes and shit.
Yeah, so you had to have them growing up.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't getting all of them, but I
Mhm.
definitely was getting a few. Like I had Celtic ones. That's my favorite pair of ones.
Do you still have, like your original shoes? You still have your whole collection?
Some of them, but I don't have the Celtic ones no more. I beat them things up.
Facts.
But now I got some that I've had for like 6, 7, 8 years or more.
That's dope though, bro. That's dope that you hold on to them. I was never really big in the J's when I was younger, so I'm like, damn, I kind of missed out on a lot of good ones. So
Yeah, we had some
shit,
good times, man.
yeah, man. You gotta let niggas see the collection one day, bro. I know you got some heat in there. No cap.
Man, I was gonna start a YouTube channel, bro, but I'm not like I commend you because I'm not really like I don't like getting on the mic or being in the camera and shit for real. So
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I really don't like this shit either. Like, no, like when I say that, like I love what it does for people. Like I love bringing, connecting. I love interconnecting people. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, I always kind of realized that I was able to interconnect people because I was always moving. I connect this person, and that's good for both people. So I like the
yeah, I
benefit that
feel
it
that.
does for other people. You know what I'm saying? I like helping people. This is kind of a way to do that.
I
But
feel that.
bro, I get those same anxiety, bro. I be nervous as hell. I was the same way in high school, bro. I was like president and shit. I was speaking and shit, bro. Every time I'm like, bro, I do not want to do this shit. And I just get up to the mic and I just go crazy. I
Yeah,
don't know, bro.
once you win it, you flowing. But
Telling
yeah,
you,
nah, the most they gonna get out of me is a sneaker picture whenever I put something on. That's about it.
facts, bro, man. Maybe down the line, when niggas is doing Grande Gang, Grande Gang TV cribs. You feel me?
On God,
Niggas will get to see it. I'm pretty sure that shit'll be wall to wall. By then, you probably have a whole room.
man, me and Jay.
Oh god,
Yeah,
oh god. Shit, between shit, y'all niggas probably gonna have to have a whole side house for clothes and shoes,
yeah,
man. But shit, bro, that's
yeah.
what's up. So you mentioned some military experience.
You're right.
What motivated you to go into the military after high school, even though you were in those dual credit classes?
Honestly, I hated school, and so I started when I got senior year. I was skipping school a lot, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I hated school, but before junior year, I could really never do nothing because one, my parents was home, but my parents was strict. Like I didn't have them kind of parents where, you got them kids in school that really could do whatever they wanted to. Like you got kids that was smoking weed at the crib, like just skipping school and staying at home. I didn't have that type of household. Like my parents was not playing shit like that.
Yeah, on God.
But yeah, once I got to senior year, I mean, I always knew I hated school, but once I got to senior year and I started skipping, I realized once I got to college, bro, and there's nobody to really hold you accountable. I was like, I'm not even gonna put myself through that. And my dad told me, he said, it's either boots or books. So I chose the boots.
Bro, your dad, I know your dad in the military. My dad told me the same shit.
Yeah, I
He
come from a
said,
military background. So yeah,
mhm. Yeah, bro. My dad is in the Navy. What branch is your dad?
he was in the army.
Army. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's up, bro. Yeah, my pops told me the same shit, bro. He said either books, boots, or a job because you kind of fat. No cap. He said that same direct shit to me. He's like, unless you want to lose all that weight, you better go to college. I took my black ass to college though. I don't know.
Man,
But nah,
it just
you made the right decision, bro. Because
shit.
I seen
It's
20, 30 people I came in with drop out in like a month, bro. It was crazy.
yeah. I mean, it don't shit. When you join the military, bro, they try to force school on you too. And I was like, damn, I joined the military so I didn't have to go to school. I still didn't, but it's like it's one of them things where like people join the military and they're like, go to school, get your degree while you in, and blah 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 and blah blah blah. Do 20 years, blah blah blah.
That's crazy, bro. I mean, man, I really just think people really just want you to run that rat race. So, man, that leaves us great until this is like why I have people like yourself on the podcast, bro. Because if you running that rat race, bro, you gotta have something extra on the side so that you can really, not be running it so hard, man. People out
Right.
here living stressed out, crazy nowadays, man. So everybody got to have something that they can do that's legal, that's, you know what I'm saying, not going to kill them to do, that's easy for them to do, convenient for them to do, to make money. So I imagine, like you said, once you got into the military, just being in the military, you know, seeing that they still kind of want to force you to go to school, what kind of motivated you to go into sports betting? When did you kind of pick that up?
Let's see. I picked it up when I joined Hypernova. Shout out Hypernova. Shout out Scrap and Reese.
Shout out to Dons, yeah.
So I joined Hypernova in 2020. So the year before I even got out the military. Like so when I joined Hypernova, it was literally all like we was still just reselling Yeezys at the time. Like this is when I want to say it was the V2s were hot and they were dropping. And then he brought in Tivo, who is my partner with Stacker Sports. And yeah, it was just up from there. Like I said, I was a big basketball dude when I was younger. So I kind of had NBA knowledge and basketball knowledge. So I just applied that with the research. And I just started going crazy on NBA. And it just really grew from there.
That's real. So you started 2020. So you started bubble season NBA.
Nah, it was before that, because the bubble happened a lot. It wasn't 2020. It was 2019. My fault. Yeah, because the bubble happened in 2020, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my timeline is off. My fault. So I joined in like November of 2019. And then I got to California in January 2020. Yeah, so that's when all that bubble shit happened. So I started like really before then.
Okay, so that's what's up. So you started with basketball. Is that your favorite sport? Is that your main sport that you want to focus on?
Yeah, easily. I don't even like. I still dabble in everything else, but like most of my picks are mainly NBA and props. Really, like I don't even like do the spreads, but we'll get into all that later. But
yeah. But you came up on NBA. You said you was a basketball boy, so that's natural for you. I know that's probably like you got a real good feel for it. I know me personally, a lot of betting is feel, so I can imagine. Yeah, that's what's up. So when you started sports betting, what were some of the things that you wish you knew before you started about sports betting? And can you even explain exactly what sports betting is and how you do it nowadays? Because some people kind of have a negative connotation on it. They think it's something shady that you have to do with the bookie or, you know, at a casino. Can you break that down for the people a little bit?
Yeah, so let me start with something I wish I knew before. I probably would just say like not parlaying everything as much. It took me probably like a few times of losing bread to be like, all right, bro, let me not do just parlays, because like it's when you do parlays, you really like chasing a big payout, and it's going like sometimes it'll hit, but majority of the time, bro, like you gonna get sold. Like I tell people in the group all the time, like don't be doing too much, don't parlay everything, take a few straight bets. So I wouldn't even say like something I wish I knew, because it was just something that I learned along the way. Is just straight bets is the way to go. You don't gotta parlay everything. But so you said you want me to like break it down like what it is?
Just exactly, just kind of how it works in general for the average person. Like if you were explaining to somebody that didn't know anything about sports, how would you explain it to them?
Pretty much, you are betting on the team to win by. You can either bet on the team to win by a certain amount of points. You can bet on the team not to lose but not. I fucked that up. So you can bet on the team to win by a certain amount of points. You could bet on the team to win straight up, which is the money line. And then you can bet on the total amount of points scored in the game. Either under, like when you place your bets, it's a certain total. So let's say the total is like 215. So you betting on either the game to be higher than 215 point score, or you can bet under 215 point score. Then you get into props, which is pretty much like you betting on LeBron to score 25 points that night, or you betting on him to get 8 rebounds or 5 assists, whatever, whatever prop you want. You can do 3 points, blocks, steals, assists. Yeah, so that's pretty much just like the basis of it.
Thanks. Okay. Well, I appreciate that explanation. I mean, it's always good to brush up on the basics. It helps me. Shit, it reminded me of some things. All right, bro. So now that we've kind of established what sports betting is there any? I know there's some lingo that is going to come off foreign to most people. Could you break down some of the like necessary lingo? Because there's a lot of lingo that gets thrown around. But what do you think is the most? Which words do you think are the most important for people to understand?
It's a good question. I don't know. I can't think of like any terminology that's like really like when you join, everything like sounds pretty simple, like team total. Like, so team total is you betting on the amount of points a team is gonna score, Yeah, I don't think there's really anything that I can think of that's really like.
Could you explain? Okay, well, that's fair because most of it is fairly simple. Now, the one that stumps me personally is spread. So, can you explain spread betting a little bit more? Because that's one I personally don't understand.
So, like I said, spread betting is you betting on a team to win by a certain amount of points. So, let's say the Lakers, the spread is set at 7 points. So, they pretty much have to get 8 points. Whatever. So it'll be like plus or minus. So the -7 is you betting on the favorite to win by 7 points. If it's +7, then that means they're the underdog and you would bet on them to lose. Well, you're betting on them to not lose by more than 7 points. So if they lose by 6, your bet still covers. But if they lose by 8, it's a L. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. So that makes sense. Because when I read it, it's like when I read it, I understand it, and then I don't know, it just doesn't stick for some reason. But I appreciate you for breaking it down.
Yeah. So, one more thing. So, if let's say the Lakers win by exactly 7 points, then it's called a push, and pretty much that's a tie, and you just get your bread back.
Okay, bet. So it's just like your original bet back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So you basically draw out when the spread bet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool, bro. That's cool. So you talked about how you mainly do basketball. I know personally I know you can bet on damn near everything, but what are really the main sports that you see that you think beginners should focus on? Obviously what they like, but sports that are easy to understand.
Basketball for sure, and I would even say football, just because one, that's like the biggest season for gambling. So those two really, and it's not even easy, but it's just like it's pretty simple because you got baseball is like first 5 innings, and it's not even like it's like half of the game, but it's not like I guess like a lot of people aren't familiar with baseball, so I would say NBA and NFL because those are the two that everybody's really familiar with.
Okay, bet. So when approaching NFL and NBA sports betting, are there any specific platforms you like to use when it comes to sports betting? Like online, any ones that you would recommend personally?
Like sites or whatever.
Yeah.
The main ones, FanDuel, DraftKings, they always got like promos. FanDuel is always giving away money. Like I'm jealous of anybody that can use FanDuel.
Facts.
But other than that, yeah, people just go to the casino, go out to Vegas, and put their tickets in.
Okay. That's what's up. Okay, so when approaching those sports, do you have specific methods for each sport as far as like maybe the research you do or the things you look at? when you're placing your bets, or how do you navigate placing a bet?
Right. So I bet with the trends. Pretty much like one thing that I've learned from like the professionals and everything, one thing you'll always hear them say is bet with the numbers and not with the team. And pretty much is what that means is like don't just bet a team just because they clearly the favorite. Like I'll say today, for example, the Lakers and the Pistons, like a lot of people would take the Lakers just because they got LeBron, AD, Westbrook. You would think like they're gonna win off rip. But sometimes you got to look at the trends, like look at how they've done the past 10 games. Like they might have lost their last 4 or 5 games on the road, or they might be 3-7 against the spread. And what that means is whatever they had to win by, they didn't cover that. So if they needed to win by 3 their last game and they lost, then that's gonna count like 0-1 against the spread. But yeah, I pretty much I bet with the numbers, bet with the trends.
Okay, that definitely makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, and I definitely go ahead.
I was gonna say, so like with NFL, you'll see it on the TL a lot where there's trends for like everything, bro. So like there was one for the last game that it was the Bucks game, and I think it was a Monday night or Thursday night or something, but it was like the Bucks were like 0-8 in primetime games or something like that. So like for most people would bet on Tom Brady, obviously, because they feel like they're gonna blow out whatever team every week. And then like you look at the trend and you bet with the trend. And I'm pretty sure the Bucks didn't cover that game. But yeah, it's just stuff like that.
That's that method coming into play. So following the trend is your tried and true proven method of being consistent with sports betting, because this is betting, y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is a game of probability, so it's all about numbers and maximizing your chances, which is why this makes so much sense.
Right. They're gonna tell you the numbers don't lie.
For real.
I mean, obviously it's not 100% every time, but if you're betting with the numbers, then your
more likely
profitability, your profitability, and you're more likely to see profits and stuff like that.
And I know for me personally, as long as I'm breaking even, I'm not doing too bad. As long as I can go back and do it again, I'm not doing too bad.
Right.
So that's definitely what I like about following the numbers and like you said, straight bets. I personally do a lot of hedging whenever I bet. I don't know if you're into that. Like, do you normally hedge your parlays?
Well, I do, and I would say my hedging is I tell people all the time, like if you're gonna do, let's say you do a 3-team parlay, you should at least do 2 straights on whatever teams are in that parlay. So just in case one of those teams lose, then you still get profit from the other 2 picks that cashed. I would say sometimes I'll hedge with like a live bet or something, but it's only like it's mainly to either break even, or if I can make a profit, then I'll bet enough to make that profit. But I'll hedge sometimes, but I don't know. I usually wait to try to do it live, but then sometimes if the game is just getting out of hand, you just got to eat that L.
Okay, bet, bro. I appreciate that knowledge there. I can't lie, I got a little lost there. I was checking over my questions, trying to make sure we're on schedule. So I apologize, bro.
Okay.
So what have we gone over so far? We've gone over methods, sports. We went over a couple methods, right? We just went over hedging, and we went over following the numbers. So I'm getting towards the end of my list. So now that we've kind of broken down sports betting to everybody, giving us some information, what about sports betting enables you to live your life? Like, what impact has sports betting had on your life overall?
I say for me, I started using sports betting just for like extra money, So it's like when I tell people when you start doing this, like kind of have in mind like what you really want out of it, like if one, obviously everybody wants to make extra money, but like, some people may be using it to pay off like student loans or just want to like buy clothes and stuff. So honestly, I got into it just because, like I said, when I joined Hypernova, we were doing a sneaker thing, but it was just like they introduced so many ways to make money, and I was just like, hey, I'm trying to touch everything. So
Big ups to Hypernova. That's big facts, bro.
guys,
That's what's up, bro. It's glad to hear that you're passionate about it. And it's glad to hear that it's had such a positive impact on you and you were able to find kind of an abstract way to, keep that cash flowing and support the lifestyle you live. So that's a blessing in itself.
like one our main for me, like it started off like that, but obviously like now that I got the group, like that's not even the top of the list. Like my main thing now is just teaching everybody else. Like I get a lot of messages from people like, yo, thank you. I really want to change people's betting habits, bro, because you don't know how many like I hear all the time like, oh, I got sold by one team, this killed my parlay, this killed my parlay. So like our main thing in Stacker Sports is helping people have better gambling habits and just emphasizing straight bets, man. Like I feel like we've been pretty pretty good at that. Like we've changed things around for a few people. So
That's what's up, bro. And it's glad to hear that you care about the, what I'm saying. And I know you do, but that you're well invested in furthering the impact of it. You know what I'm saying? That's nice to hear, especially like I said, nowadays with people scrambling every which way just to keep some extra cash around. That's definitely you're definitely a big service to the people you help. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing
bro,
that, man.
like it's funny because a lot of people like when I talk to people about it, like gambling, people still have that negative outlook on gambling. Like when they watch too many movies like with the mafia or
Yeah,
whatever the fuck. Like
uncut gems.
yeah, they're like, oh, I don't want to like they just look at gambling so bad. And I'm like, listen, like when you doing the research and stuff, like yeah, you're gonna take L's, but more than likely or not, like more than likely you're gonna be pretty profitable. So like we have people that's like paying off debt. We got people in the group that have like bought cars and stuff like that. So like I tell people like it's just it's extra money. Like you don't even have to look at it like as a bad thing because we gonna help you. Like it's not like you doing it by yourself, like you can really use this to make extra money, and you can use it to start you a new income stream or just pocket it, do whatever you want with it.
Oh God, bro. Oh God, that's what it's about, bro. It's about just expanding your worldview, because man, a little extra money can go a long way. So
Facts.
shit, and then knowing just the spirit and knowing and the action and doing of making this money online like that, it opens your mind up to so much, because now it's like, okay, I got all this betting money. Oh, but I help so and so sports bet. Oh, they're into stocks. You know what I'm saying? They can show you how to do stocks. And
Yep.
it's just the gift that, passion is the gift that keeps on giving. Inspiration is the gift that keeps on giving. So you never know where your own inspiration and where your own passion for things will take you. You'll never know what doors will open and what opportunities, will come in your lap.
Facts.
It's just a blessing, bro. But I can't cap, bro. I'm at the end of my questions, man. It was a hell of an episode, man. I really appreciate you coming on, dropping some game, really breaking stuff down, and showing us how you use it to spread positivity, through your community, where you reside, just in the world, man. Shit, I feel like if everybody did one positive thing for each other, the world would be a lot better place. So,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying, bro? One thing a day, shit.
It's that easy too. Like it's
It's
that easy.
hold the door, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let somebody cross the street. The little things, bro. It's the little things that count. But you got anything else to add, bro?
Man, that's it for me.
All right, man. Well, it's always good. It's always good to holler at you, bro. Let everybody know I said what's up. You feel me? And shit, nigga, send a nigga some pics.
Oh, no, for sure, I got you, and we're gonna do a part 2.
Facts. Yeah, say less. Oh yeah, we're gonna follow this up. Once we get the stew, once I get this shit right, man, get the stew, nice little place. But speaking of Grande Gang updates, I ain't gonna lie, gang, we gonna stop selling merch, bro. man, honestly, focusing on that monetary shit, I really kind of got ahead of myself. You know what I'm saying? We got ahead of ourselves here, trying to focus on making money instead of building. You know what I'm saying? That shit disrespectful to the process. So we gonna, you know what I'm saying, get right. But Grande Gang, I mean, GGU sweatshirts are still up. If y'all want to go cop them, we get enough orders. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We still gonna fulfill them. You know, but after this collection, we're gonna take a nice hiatus, focus on building this podcast up, building this impact up. Hopefully, we can even formulate some guides, pull some resources together. I hope you'll be down for that, Jelani.
For sure.
Yeah, bro. But well, that's just some updates for you, gang. Stay grinding, man. Stay up. Stay relaxed, man. Don't be out here stressing over nothing petty, man. Don't let that stress kill you. Stress is the number one killer, silent killer, man. So stay blessed, stay grinding, live grinding, man. Appreciate you having me on, bro.
Now I appreciate you for having me on.
Nah, bro. I'm trying to get like you, man. But nah, bro, it's been a pleasure. All right, gang. We'll catch y'all niggas next time.